It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He was a game breaker last week, over 200 yards receiving. It's the Browns and the Pats, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. The numbers for Jones last week, 10 carries, 86 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
From the 25 on second down, Jones, catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, he obviously read man coverage there, partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him think. What do you mean by that, bro? Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're going to get this up to midfield. On second down, it's Jones. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Now Jones. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville, and see electric Lamar Jackson.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. On second down, Jackson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On third down, Jackson. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jones throwing to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. Got a man, it's Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st down, Jones. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Up the middle, Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 66 yards. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
To throw is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now Cade York for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. From the 6. Oh, good return up past the 30. New England trying to get a place on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
An inside give to Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Woods. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Jones now on 1st down. Able to find Higgins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A give to Jones. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the dart ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Jones throw pulled in by Woods. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. He's got Smith here. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Jones. And this one complete to Smith. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Patriots are once again back in front.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jackson now. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. The Browns had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Powers through it. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
This is Ford. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 16-yard touchdown, as his guys have now moved out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
York now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. New England's offense set to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Jones. Oh, nice move. And some room to work. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. T. Higgins. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have yet again retaken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they have no answer for that right there.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 17-14. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, they get downfield and create extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Patriots are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now Jones. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Browns set to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Here's Jackson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Offense is moving a little bit, back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
York able to send this one through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds.
Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half, and now 7 on the game.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson. And this is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring out 4th down. Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Throwing, Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw again. Able to find Higgins. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And he stopped immediately there. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Jackson.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That strategy there, Brandon, 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
New England trying to get to place on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Jones throwing on 1st down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here's Jones again on second down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Here's Jones on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Takes it at the 7. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Cleveland offense making their way out. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now it's Jackson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
And he is going to have a Browns first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Running the jet sweep with Ridley.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing is Jackson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Browns first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. A potential field goal if you're thinking about that. Almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Jones. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Looking to throw. Jones. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jones. He's going deep for Brown. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are right back in this football game. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. A give running left. It's McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Ridley here. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here's Jackson to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. 10. To throw is Jackson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey, and he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now Jackson. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Touchdown, Browns. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now Jones and the Patriots down 24-20. Less than 90 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Jones. Got his man, it's Woods. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now Jones. Able to find Jones.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
To throw is Jones. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Jones. And his throw is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jones. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Jones looking around. And that will be incomplete. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
He completes it to Jones. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, The defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for Cleveland, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for New England, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see DeAndre Swift. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Lions and the Saints next on Madden Football.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, they're squaring off against a very tough unit. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's Wilson to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down.
Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Saints. Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Ballantyne opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25. Detroit gearing up for their opening drive here, led by Matthew Stafford, the veteran former #1 pick back in 2009.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, but I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 60 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return, and the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Swift. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Stafford.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Stafford looks to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
On 2nd down, Kamara.
Finding space at the 40.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A check on the numbers a week ago for Waller.
8 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
Jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete here to Waller. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I'm not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this will stay a 4-point game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given away just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, Stafford.
That pass complete to Moore. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford finding Bourne here over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
On 1st and 10, Stafford looking for Cooper. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Lions have taken the lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. But partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Throwing is Wilson. Going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, good move. And room there to work it inside the 25. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Again, it's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Fields it right around the goal line. And Detroit getting set to go now. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
From the 27, Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode. The defensive line coaches like to call it retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He takes this for 3 to the 29. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And Kamara with a carry there on first down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
Toss wide side. This is Kamara. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. His throw incomplete.
2nd and 10. They're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on... And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
A little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17 to 10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to number 87. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Stafford on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
The Lions had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Stafford's throw taken in by Bourne.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Stafford.
Pass complete once again to Bourne. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Throwing again at Stafford. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Taken at about the 1.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. He's going to look deep for more.
And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And in for the Lions touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Kendrick Bourne who was able to cap things off with a touchdown.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 5.
To throw is Stafford.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got the connection to Cooper.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Wilson.
And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. It's caught. Block it.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Wilson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and controlled you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 75.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
On 1st down at Stafford. Out right to Bourne.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they're fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stafford. And his pass incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run it again with Kamara. And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
It's a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Kamara on the read option. He juked him. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. The throw over the middle, taken in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Wilson on first down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Ballantyne now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds.
At the 23-yard line. A gain of 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Stafford. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Open man is Bourne. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit is going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Throwing again at Stafford. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
2nd and 6 from the 10.
Stafford looks to throw again. He's got it. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing again here, Wilson. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
On 1st down at Stafford. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
To throw again on second down. Stafford.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again.
Well, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, Wilson. And Diggs has it.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Wilson's throw taken in by Diggs. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown.
Alvin Kamara
with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford finding Bourne here over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Stafford able to get this complete to Swift, his running back.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To the air again, Stafford. And that is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Stafford. Over the middle, Amari Cooper, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 37. Here's Stafford. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Stafford on first down. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing again on second down. Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
17 there and a New Orleans first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Saints.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Nick Chubb. He was terrific a week ago, almost getting to 180 yards. It's the Falcons and the Giants on Sunday Night Primetime.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Herbert to throw right away. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass into the hands of London. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To the air again, Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Lawrence will throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. On a
Unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, caught by London. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Here's Herbert. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Phillips. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Pass complete. Now race for the marker. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back.
All right, Mr. Fantasy Champion, we just saw him fake a field goal, and the kicker has the opportunity to throw a pass. He completed it, but not for a first down. Does anyone get any points for that?
No, he just gets some pride going back to the sideline saying he completed a pass as the kicker. But the big thing here is they didn't get enough for the first. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he will have a Giants 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. The Giants at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better, one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there. From the left hash, this from 34. And Johnson's kick is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So I guess we'll call this a pitcher's duel so far. I think that was a 3-run homer there, and it makes it a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, what inning are we in? It's not the most common of scorelines, but it's pretty indicative of the fact that we're in for a tight one.
This one taken just inside the 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. On 1st down, it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. This pass is caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
New York set to take the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you You only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. On third down, Lawrence. They go screen with Dillon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that. But they're going to get a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Got his man. It's London. Room here to run.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Going to throw on third down with Herbert.
And caught by London. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on fourth down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on fourth down.
Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded right around the 8.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Giants. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And the lead is up to 5. And no doubt one of the most, if not the most exciting play we'll see in this game. The kick return all the way to the end zone for 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips.
Finding room at midfield.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Herbert. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Herbert back to the air. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Herbert. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
And New York set to take the field. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Looking for London on the out route complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Chubb will get the call, running left. Down to the 42, second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Herbert now into the hands of London. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Completes it to Davis. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Working with his 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. Got a man, it's London. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.